A new Social Security bill proposed by Republicans. So the GOP has a plan for Social Security. Now this is rare because most of the Social Security bills are proposed by Democrats. This one is proposed by a Republican. It has 3 ways to help you out if you're on Social Security. Take a listen.
So I proposed legislation that's called the Protect Our Seniors Act that would safeguard the benefits of these critical entitlements. It does 3 important things.
I'll play the full video clip of what Senator Rick Scott is going to do to protect Social Security. If we take a look at the headlines here, we could see Senator Rick Scott announces Protect Our Seniors Act to preserve and protect Social Security and Medicare. Another one here, Senator Rick Scott's Protect Our Seniors Act will keep politicians from stealing from Medicare. So if you're on Social Security, you're definitely going to want to hear this one all the way through, as it has a lot of different changes to Social Security that could happen if this bill passes. So if you're on SSI, SSDI, any type of check from Social Security, definitely want to pay attention to this one, as it is a little different than the other Social Security bills. So I'll let you be the judge of whether or not this is good or not, and I'll give you some other important updates as well. Before I dive into the main content, if you appreciate the regular Social Security updates, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for the latest changes, bills, proposed, increases, decreases to Social Security. Subscribe to the channel for any updates like that. All right, so let's get into it here. Senator Rick Scott's Protect Our Seniors Act will keep politicians from stealing from Medicare. And if we look at Rick Scott's official page here, we could see Senator Rick Scott announces Protect Our Seniors Act to preserve and protect Social Security and Medicare. So basically, Senator Rick Scott has a plan, but there's actually a motive behind this plan, which I will reveal after the video. So it is a little interesting that the timing of this and how he came up with this bill. So I'm going to give you a update, or I'm going to share this video clip with you, and then I'm going to give you some of my thoughts and opinions about this. Take a look at this first.
Thank you, Senator Van Hollen. We next have Senator Scott, followed by Senator Lujan.
Okay. First, I want to thank the chairman for holding this, and I agree with Senator Van Hollen. I think we all, and it's similar to what Senator Johnson said, I think we all ought to maybe get around the table and come up with all the different ideas. And probably I think something Senator Johnson was saying, let's all get all the facts in front of us first, because there's a lot of misconceptions about Social Security and how it started and what, the ways to fix it. So we've got a lot of Social Security Medicare recipients in my state, Florida. So I proposed legislation that's called the Protect Our Seniors Act that would safeguard the benefits of these critical entitlements. It does 3 important things. First, we send the funding of 87,000 more IRS agents and put that money in Social Security and Medicare. Second would say any savings with, if there's a way to come up with savings in Medicare, and there clearly is, we keep those in Medicare. Last fall, there was legislation that was passed that cut the spending in Medicare, but unfortunately that money was taken outside of the Medicare program, instead keeping it in. Finally, would it establish a rule to prevent cuts to Medicare and Social Security unless you had 2/3 of Congress willing to do that. So, because I think we all have to figure out, I think all of us have said we've got to figure this out. So we've had since 2019 about a 1.8% increase in our population. There's why I go, how much in dollar numbers, how much is to go back to the 2019 budget, Biden's proposed budget this year, how much is that? How much increase would that be in the total spending?
Total spending from 2019, I don't have 2019 in front of me. It's gone up, spending as a share of the economy and in dollars.
It's about I think it's about $2 trillion. Okay. Wouldn't that be close?
It's in the trillions, that's right.
Yeah. So, Mr. Cox, how much would it cost this year to fully fund where there was no deficit in Social Security, however you do it? How much dollars are we talking about just in this fiscal year?
Yeah, this year the cash deficit was I had it before me, $145 billion is what we have this year.
So we've had a $2 trillion increase in our budget, okay? And to fix Social Security, we could have taken some of that money from other programs and put $145 billion, and that would have fully funded Social Security.
That's the primary deficit this year. So that's in substance what we're drawing from the trust fund.
Just for 1 year.
That would be just for 1 year what we're drawing from the trust fund.
Right.
That's in substance the cash gap.
Right. And I think everybody would agree that this is a pretty big issue for every American thinks about this, whether, maybe my grandkids don't think about it much, but I think anybody's thinking about their retirement. So what do you all think of Joe Biden's proposal right now? What do you think of his proposal to fix Social Security? What do each of you think about it?
During the presidential campaign,
No, the one like in his budget, the one he would have this right now in his budget.
I don't believe there is
I
anything.
said we analyze the president's budget every year, and we did not analyze any Social Security proposals.
So he has no proposal to fix Social Security, one of the biggest issues. He's the sitting president of the United States. Number two, that's the first question. So in the budget, when they came and talked about the budget, what was the response when anybody asked about what they were doing to fix Social Security? Did they say what they were doing when they came and talked about it, when OMB came and talked to this budget committee? So,
I don't know, that's beyond the role of CBO.
right.
But
So
I'm not sure.
we've sat here, we've increased our budget by $2 trillion in 5 years. All right, right now we could fix Social Security with some of that money. It would take $145 billion out of $2 trillion, and there's not one thing that Joe Biden has done to fix it.
Yeah, and just to make sure that the 145 is the 1 year cash balance. There's lots of
But
other
the budget's up $2
state.
trillion, right?
Yeah, no, and we of course we would analyze any proposals. So.
Right. So, I mean, I think that what's frustrating here is we know this is one of the biggest issues we have. We've seen an unbelievable increase in our spending and been nothing by this president to do anything to solve it. So, Mr. Chairman, I think we ought to go back to what Senator Johnson brought up. Let's all sit down and talk about this and our entire budget. If the biggest issue we've got is retirement benefits, which I think most Americans would say it's one of the top 3 issues they're dealing with. It's inflation, it's retirement benefits, and medical bills. And this committee, I think we have every opportunity to solve it. So I hope we'll take that opportunity. But I want to thank each of you for being here.
Senator.
What are your thoughts on Senator Rick Scott's proposal for Social Security to protect seniors and Medicare and Social Security? Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments below. So Senator Rick Scott proposed this bill after he was accused of cutting Social Security. Now, there's no proof of him wanting to cut Social Security. He just had some wording basically saying that he wanted all federal programs to sunset, meaning that after 5 years, they see whether or not this federal program should continue, Social Security, Medicare being part of that category. Now, after he was accused of potentially cutting Social Security, he came out with this bill. So there hasn't really been much traction with this bill, at least as of yet. Doesn't seem like it's gaining Republican or Democrat support. So it is out there in Congress. It is proposed. It is a bill, but not really gaining much traction. So I just want to give you an update, let you know all of the proposals on Social Security. It's a lot to keep track of as there is so many. But anyways, that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully cheer you up a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Belle. This is the tip of the day. I want to tell you something that you should always do. Sometimes just sit on your bed or like sit at a table on like your counter and like sit down and take like 10 breaths. Breathe in and breathe out because you need yourself to feel relaxed. And that's all I wanted to tell you for today. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all of your support. If you want to see Representative John Larson's fiery speech about Social Security on Social Security's birthday, saying that benefits need to be increased, you don't want to miss that. Definitely want to click this video right up here, and I'll see you in that video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.